Hello, everyone. I'm not sure who will be here today. I've been doing these at all different times, all different hours, just trying to figure out the best situation for these and also just figuring out the best way to use the algorithm here. So welcome, Dee. My first couple of cards is just going to be reading the energy of the room, seeing what people have going on. So, we already had a card come over. We have the Four of Cups in reverse. Let me get a couple of more cards so I can see what the overall energy is, get a real reading on the room here today. We have the Hermit, okay, and we're gonna get one more card so we can start reading for everybody real quick and give people a chance to come in. Hope everyone is doing awesome, by the way. It is Sunday. It is a time to rest, relax, and vibe. Okay, and our last one is the Empress. So let me just go through these again as they came up. So the first card that we had is the Four of Cups. Oh, we actually had that in reverse. So what does that mean? There may be something that you have kind of pushed aside, something that you weren't interested in being involved in that is coming back to you, okay? There was something that just wasn't meeting you where you were at. You weren't picking up what it was putting down at the time, some sort of opportunity, some sort of new direction that wasn't interesting for you. It may have been tempting though. It may have been something that you thought about, but then you just weren't into it once push came to shove. And then I also have the Hermit. So you may have been taking more time to yourself. You may have been doing kind of your own thing, especially when it comes to this opportunity. You may have been taking more time to think about it on your own, more time to decide whether or not this is the right for you, or you may have been trying to move in a completely different direction, but this other option has popped back into your mind for some reason. And then I have here the Empress. The Empress is talking about being in your divine feminine, so letting things come back to you. So being proactive is awesome, but sometimes instead of being directly proactive as a situation, we can just leave our energy open, leave things open for new things to come in. So it may be that even though you feel like you're kind of in hermit mode, you're kind of doing your own thing, it may be that you're actually doing the right thing. You're actually clearing things out. If there are things that you feel like need to be removed so new things can't come in, you may be doing exactly the right thing by giving that space so that those opportunities, those people, those connections can come in. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for interacting. I really appreciate any gifts, likes, anything interaction with this page. New things are going to come in for you, and you don't necessarily have to push towards it. It may be something that the things that are meant for you really do come into your life. Thank you guys so much. Oh my God, I really appreciate that. So it seems to be resonating. So let's put some more cards on that message and things that are coming towards you. Maybe we can get some more specifics on exactly what those things are, who those people are. And just give me a moment, I'll shuffle through. Thank you so much again for everyone who are sending me any activity, any appreciation. Again, totally appreciate it. And sometimes it takes a little bit to get a card. Spirits making me wait a little bit. We have the Queen of Cups. So there may have been some uncertainty since the Queen of Cups is in reverse. There may be some like emotions here, some tensions. Maybe you are someone who's used to being a little bit more proactive. I think especially if you are where I am, I'm in the US right now, a lot of doing things on your own, being independent and like pushing through stuff is something that is, exemplified, made like the number one thing. So if you're sitting back and that's new for you and you feel a little antsy, know that that's totally okay. When we change up our normal pattern, we're going to feel a little antsy, a little different because you're doing something completely new that you haven't done before. That doesn't automatically mean that you're wrong. It's just that you're doing something new. So the results and how things play out is also going to look different. And with that, we got the Six of Coins. So the Six of Coins is about putting work in. Hello, Ray. It's about putting in that effort and doing new things, doing things different. And basically learning what your system is. So whether this is a connection or this is something else, maybe a strategy at work, working with new people, working with new connections, know that you're going to have a lot of that. I'm new, like this is different. That energy is going, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it. And again, that is totally okay. Let's get another card. Why don't we do an oracle card? Or no, I got a tarot card that came out real quick. Oh, it's the Four of Cups upright. That's interesting because I just put it back in the deck. That's interesting. I just put this back in the deck. I feel like that maybe there's a lot of different options, a lot of opportunities that you may not see. I would really take a step back if you're, whether you're deciding between different people or you're deciding between different jobs, like take a moment while you're in hermit mode, you're thinking about different things, and really think about what all your options actually are, because you may have a lot more than you're thinking of. Oh my God. See, regeneration. Regeneration is the oracle card number 46, in case that number means anything to you, or collectively 10 or 1, if those are numbers that are important to you, since 4 and 6 add up to 10 and the number 1. You may be 46. I'm sure you're not 1. But however that number resonates with you, I just think that what we have been discussing right now could in fact be regeneration, doing something new, picking a new life, a new partner, a new career. So that's really interesting that that card came up. Let me go ahead and read for that as well. So we have essential meanings, rebirth, second chances, new opportunities. Second chances are available to you now. What did I just say? I said that you may have options and things coming in. Something else may come back to you that you weren't super interested in before. So second chances are available to you now. Whatever opportunities you thought were dead are now revived in a more authentic, stronger form. Whatever you may have received as a failure or loss is now being replaced by something better and more powerful growing in its place. This rebirth is assured. Step into your new life. Destiny is being fulfilled in wondrous ways. You know what? I'm really curious. This particular book has their main message for a card, and then they also have a relationship section, a prosperity section, and a protection. So if you guys want me to read the relationship, the prosperity, or protection, can you just put that in the comments, and I'll read that one, because if I read all of them, it's kind of long. But if we have a lot of people here who want like one or the other, protection, prosperity, or relationship, let me know. I'm just going to put this card to the side. And why don't we do some more tarot cards on this? So what is this new thing that you are deciding on? Let's get through here. What is collective having to decide on? So we got the Hermit came out again. Oh, wow. Okay, so we have the Hermit again. By the way, this is what the deck looks like. It's 78 cards. I promise you, I shouldn't be having the same cards come up like that. That's really interesting. That means Spirit is really supporting this message. So the Hermit in reverse. So you're coming out of it. You're making a decision to come out. And we have 8 of Wands, which is basically just speed. It's just rapidly. It's not great by itself as a card. Sorry, least favorite card, just because it just means speed, something coming in quickly. And then we have the Page of Wands. I feel like when something passionate comes to you, things will move very, very quickly. So you're going to come out, you're deciding when to come out basically of this hibernation mode, this hermit mode, this deciding situation. But you're going to need something that really sparks your interest. That's what I'm seeing with this Page of Wands or Ring of Wands. Or you already have an idea and it's something that's going to support an interest, an idea that you already have. I'd love to know what that is. You know, some sort of creative energy. I'm actually going to keep those cards out. I'm going to see what comes out when Spirit doesn't have a choice. It has to give me a new card. Are you kidding? Wow. Empress in reverse again. So a lot of divine, feminine energy, letting things come in. We have 9 of Cups in reverse, and then 7 of Wands in reverse. You're rethinking what your perfect situation actually is. So there may have been some jealousy, some people in the way, some people who were hurting your goals and the things that you wanted to do moving forward. They just like kept getting in the way. Um, and what is, and so those people may have actually been removed. You removed yourself, you moved away from them, you pushed them out of your space, however you were able to do that. But that doesn't mean you now want the same things. So like, for example, if you wanted a promotion at work and then other people kept coming up with their ideas, taking, credit for your stuff, the things trolls who can't come up with their own things usually do, been there. That doesn't mean that now that they got in your way, you still want promotion at that job, right? Because there may be now like bad blood and you put all this effort in and all these kinds of things. So you may be rethinking what you even want, and that's maybe why before that opportunity is coming back in, because before it didn't really seem like it met you where you were, but now your ideas changed, so now you're like, oh well, I mean, now like, life is different. I'm thinking things of a little bit different way. So because of that, I'm now thinking of things in a different way. That opportunity looks a little bit better for me now. Okay. I'm going to, okay, I'm going to look up a couple more cards, and then I'm going to go over to another deck because I have a little bit of a question. 8 of Coins. Okay. Yeah, this is kind of just feeding into the same thing as before. You may feel like you're not making the progress you want to make. That is not true. You are actually making progress. When you're switching goals, it can really feel like you're going backwards. I've done this before. I've completely changed my career, and those first couple of years doing something completely different, honest to God, there were some days I went into work and I'm like, why am I here? Why am I showing up? Because it feels so different, and you had a certain amount of progress where you were before, and now you don't get that feeling of like, I'm an expert over here, because you're not anymore. But that doesn't mean you're not making progress. That doesn't mean you're not going to be an expert. That doesn't mean that you're not going to do really well. Again, you have to get used to being a beginner again. You have to be used to being, at step one, just kind of figuring out the basics. And I know how cringe that can be, because I'm that person when someone explains something to me and it's like, why didn't I just think of that? It bothers me more than it should, even though, like, of course I wouldn't have if I'm new in that section. So do not let that feeling of being a beginner bother you. Okay, I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna reshuffle these a little bit, and then I'm gonna get us a different deck, okay? I really wanna know about anyone who may come in and help with this decision, or who's offering this decision for you, who is helping you out. So we're gonna get out of this deck since Spirit wants to give us a lot of the same cards. I mean, thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you so much, Dee. I do see that, the support and everyone. I'm seeing all the different things as they float up, and I can't name them as they go by, but I do see it. Okay, so let's go through this is my Zodiac deck. It's new and I'm loving it. The information here is really detailed. So let's look at maybe who can come in, who may be helping, who may be offering this opportunity or this change in your life. Let's see. Again, hope everyone's enjoying their Sunday. So I cannot predict when the cards are coming out, so sometimes I'm just there. Autumn. We just had autumn. I will look at this. Let me also grab you a second one, because I just want to make sure cards aren't sticking, or else everyone who's coming on here like vibes the same, which is also totally cool. Okay, we have, see, I'm gonna put autumn away. You can't see that. I have blue moon and I have quarter moon for you guys. This is blue moon and this is the first quarter moon specifically. Okay. So blue moon says you are now being offered a rare opportunity and a second chance. Okay, no one's allowed to say anything negative about the readings, because how? And this one says first quarter moon, momentum is building. You have set something into motion and it is now beginning to grow. There you go. You can see that for yourself. And let's start with blue moon, shall we? That is also number 5. And also, if things resonate with you, if the numbers connect with you. Again, this is a zodiac and astrology deck. So if any of these are your signs or synchronicities or someone you know, that's usually pretty significant. So take it to heart that this reading is meant for you. I went past it. There we go. Okay. So, blue moon. Now I'll hold it this way so you guys can see what it says on the bottom. You are now being offered a rare opportunity at a second chance. A door that previously seemed to be closed is now open. Learn a lesson, step through the portal, and find what you seek. Usually, there is one full moon for every astrological season. In other words, one full moon per sign per year. But every once in a while, once every 3 or 4 years, there are 2 full moons in one astrological season. Okay, I didn't even know that's why they called it a blue moon. Learn something new every day. And the full moon is always the current sun sign's polarity. Okay, so that means there are 2 full moons in a row in the same exact sign. The second of the 2 is what we call a blue moon. A blue moon is a bonus opportunity on occasion to deepen your understanding of something or second chance at something that passed you by the first time. Examine the object of your inquiry or the major life pattern or concern that is showing up for you now. What possibility is present for you again? What would you like to do over or to have another occasion to master? Is there something you thought you would never quite learn, grasp, or overcome? Is there a relationship or opportunity about which you might have said, that ship has sailed? Well, that ship hasn't sailed. As a matter of fact, that ship is still waiting for you at the dock. Love that. Also kind of sounds like a person or relationship. Just saying. Contrary to popular assumption, when something is meant for you, the universe will offer you countless moments to claim it. Good to hear. Of course, you must be alert to these moments, and you must also be prepared for them. Otherwise, they will quietly pass you by. So be prepared. What if the healing or success you secretly wanted isn't as impossible as you once believed it was? In what ways can you proactively get ready to claim the righteous desires of your heart? Claim and make way for what you want, and you will be more likely to get it. If you want to be a movie star, take an acting class. If you'd like someone you admire to come over for dinner, send them an invite and set the table for 2. In addition to preparing for what you desire, be on the outlook for it. Be alert, auspicious openings everywhere. Don't just look for them, expect them. Then the minute your lucky break presents itself, you'll be ready to make your move. Okay, so there was a lot there, but I hope you got something out of it, okay? That second chance, that thing that you kind of weren't interested in, you didn't think it was aligned, it may be aligned now, and it is waiting for you. If there is something that you had multiple chances for in some way, keep your eye on that. Because that may be the universe telling you something, okay? It may be like the universe trying to tell you signs like, come over here. This is for you over here. And that's super important. Like, just to give you an idea, like, I've always had an interest in tarot readings, but growing up, that was a big no-no in my house. There was no reason for me to like tarot readings. I didn't watch anybody else do tarot readings. And then it just kept popping up in my life until I eventually just learned the cards, right? So you just never know. And now I have this channel, so things come back. So the blue moon, the second chance, the second opportunity, we're going to keep that around. That's going to be our theme for this reading. So first quarter moon is going to be the next one I read. So we've got both of those out. This is such a beautiful card, right? I love her hair. Let's go into what this means. I haven't read this card yet. So it says, momentum is building. You have set something into motion, and it is now beginning to germinate, sprout, and grow. I'm very into plant metaphors right now. I know that's super random. I can't grow things. I'm a terrible plant parent, but I love them anyway. I love them from afar because it's safer for them. Be fully present in the moment, even as you look forward to your fabulous future with joy. Oh, I love that. When the moon is in its first quarter, it is either essentially invisible or a teeny tiny crescent of light. Over time, that crescent will expand until the moon is in its second quarter, and then, of course, it will be full. A first quarter moon may be small, but it is a symbol of hope and of beautiful things to come. Again, we're starting to get a little bit into the relationship reading, which is totally okay. Whatever your primary concern or object of inquiry may be, career, education, relationships, health, or whatever it is, do not be discouraged if progress appears to be invisible or slow. Who said that? I'm loving this reading. I'm loving that things line up. Even if you can't see it, it's there. So don't give up or abandon your course. Patient, systematic, focused action is required for you now. The particular brand of success you seek is not one that can or should happen overnight. Remember to enjoy the journey. Once you reach your goal or manifest the outcome you desire, you will reminisce fondly about this time. Even the most successful artists, visionaries, and business people look back on their early days and smile. Did they worry? Did they make mistakes? Did they learn as they went? Of course. But they also had so many adventures and inspiring moments along the way, and even their bittersweet disappointments and struggles ended up bringing worth in the end. Whether or not you are chronologically young, tap into that sense of youthful exuberance and it will happily carry you forward. Being a master has its benefits, but being an apprentice contains more freedom, possibility, and joyful anticipation. Less has been crystallized, much is still fluid, more is to be revealed. You must walk further before you arrive, but the path is scenic, so put your foot in front of the other and savor every step. I love that for you guys. I don't know what you're working towards, but it's going to be great, okay? So truly, whatever reservations you have, will I soon be free in Florida? Not sure what you mean. I have a lot of connections to Florida, so that stood out to me. I'm from Florida originally. Not there now, but so hi, fellow Floridian. Yeah, so whatever you're working on, like I said, I don't know how many people have been here. I don't know how many people have just come through, but whatever you're working on, work towards it. Will I become famous? I've seen that now float by a little bit. It did say, if you want to be an actor, take an acting class, right? So I think if we have a goal, maybe not just broadly fame, I wouldn't necessarily just keep that as a goal, but if there's like a career you have that could result in fame, acting, singing, the usual creative things we think of nowadays, make steps towards it. That was in here. And then also just like practically, right? Like if you want to be a famous actor, you're not going to roll out of bed and then someone's just going to spot you and be like, act now, right? Like, and we all know this, like that part's common sense, but we don't think about like all the steps in between that kind of make it like an inevitability, right? Like it's going to take a lot of them. But if we take the acting classes, do all the little jobs and things like that, you have to audition a lot, find out what that path even is. I'm not a professional actor. I'm not a non-professional actor. So I don't know what that life is like. But, if you can find someone and ask them like what that feels like or what the day-to-day is like and figure that out, it's worth doing. You do social media, more towards writing. Okay, so we have some things going through here, but yeah, I definitely will say, as far as the things that I saw, like I agree with the cards that are coming through for sure. Like finding ways to make things inevitable, finding out how other people got there, what things are repeatable. That's what I'm doing now. So I totally believe that these are, there's a way to get there. Oh, thank you. I love your vibe. I love everyone coming in here. Let's get another oracle card for you guys. One from this deck. Exchanging gifts. That's what I feel like we're doing right now. 27. So if that's a meaningful number, this is meant for you. Also, if 9 is a number that is important to you. And also, I still have that other card out here about regeneration, but yes, regeneration. Let's get back to that after this card, and then I'll put it away, and then we can do some more tarot. Exchanging gifts, the law of giving and receiving, currency, trade-offs, weighing the cost and determining value. You're entering into a productive and enriching time when all manners of opportunities are being offered to you. You have everything you need to seize them. See that? I'd also say that this aligns with the Magician card in tarot, in case any of you are more familiar with the deck and having all the tools that you need in order to reach some goal. You have everything you need to seize them. Yet in order to honor them, You must put in the time, exchange your experience and skills, and commit heart and soul to what you're choosing to pursue. You can do it. You have what it takes to be successful if you align with the law of giving and receiving. You must engage in a dance of give and take, push and pull, doing and being. If you let your fear guide your choices, you could deplete yourself or create an imbalance. This is not a time to just do. Use your currency wisely and be mindful of the value others bring to your life. I'm also going to go ahead and read the prosperity part. All your hard work and efforts, your commitment to learning, creating, and spending your time wisely pay off in ways you may not have been anticipating. The gifts of yourself, your time, your ideas, and the energy of your intentions are being reciprocated by the universe, which is sending you signs and signals, aligning synchronistic meetings and opportunities to bring you success and more. Everything is an exchange. Keep doing what you're doing. Goodwill comes back tenfold. Yes. Yes, kings and queens in the audience. It will come back to you in dividends. Believe that. Believe that if you put the work in, the things will come back to you. This was 46. Okay, so this is it. Open back to it. Awesome. Let's go ahead and read the relationship one for this one, because I felt like for some of it, I started to talk about relationships a little bit. The world is based on connections and relationships. No matter what loss has occurred in the past or even now, death and endings are only illusions. There's life after death, love after loss, and in this moment, you are radiating a regenerative life force energy that makes you irresistible to love in all forms. Hey! Now's the time when you will see evidence of this emerges. Can you feel it? Love is rising to greet you. So you may have someone in your life who, it could be a breakup situation, or it could just be someone you weren't really giving a lot of time. We aren't all interested in all people who come our way. It's totally okay. But you may be giving them a second look. Maybe something about them is more interesting this time around. Maybe the thing that made you choose someone else, you realize, like, not only did that end, but like you don't even like that about them anyway. So Trisha, do you have a specific question? I did see in there. Could you learn my what? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Gosh, I can see your picture, but I can't. That you have the sign for Aries, I believe, but I'm not sure I understand your question. And was it Trisha who has the purple flower? Oh, did I? Yay, Dragonscape. I'm glad. Let's see, we are going through here. I'm just gonna keep pulling cards. My number is 27. Oh, awesome, that's so cool. Hi, Thea. I wish I could send like little hearts back to you guys. Can I? I've just gotten on here like literally this week, so I don't know how, but like like back. See, we have the 9 of coins in reverse. I feel like it's the same energy. A lot of the pentacles, a lot of the numbered pentacles. Will I get my belongings back? Will I get my belongings? Oh, okay. Queen of coins. King of coins in reverse. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so these 3 cards came out when I read that. About whether or not things would come back, or whether or not you'd get your things back. So the Queen of Coins or Queen of Pentacles, she is kind of like the person who's very sturdy. The Pentacles is about grounding. She has a really great foundation, and she's someone who has that belief in hard work, right? She can provide for herself. So she's really not worried about anyone else in that matter. She knows that she has her. And that's kind of her overall vibe and mystique with that card. The King of Coins that we have in reverse, which I'm kind of seeing with your message, is, you know, having issues with money, income, or some sort of like physical things. So I'm not really sure what happened with these items, but I'm seeing kind of this thing of like, not only do you not need them, but you could always get them back in a different way. I feel like there's almost like a creative way. Like if someone thought they were gonna like take away your speakers, right? Like you had a favorite pair of speakers. You're like, okay, we're not doing that. You'll get them through a friend, or like you'll buy like a much better pair. It'll break. Their versions will break because karma. They took yours, and things like that. So I feel like there's almost a way. Oh, okay. I feel like it may be a long road situation, but I feel like there's a creative way to get these things back. I'm sorry that you're going through that, by the way, because I have had to fight over inheritance before, and it's not great. I wish those kinds of things did not happen. And the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. The Wheel of Fortune is kind of an interesting card. When it's in reverse, I feel like it's more like feeling like things aren't going in the way that we think is fair. It does not mean things won't turn around, though. It just means that fortune is kind of on a wheel. Things come and go. Sometimes people get away with things but for a while, but they cannot get away from it forever because it is in fact a wheel. People will get theirs. So that is what I have to say on that. We have been here for 30 minutes. Do we want a new thing? Do we want a new topic maybe? Let's see. I still think that blue moon and the first quarter moon about new opportunities and second chances should be our theme. Maybe we can still keep that as a theme. Ooh. I've been getting this card so frequently, which by the way, I'm just going to show you these decks because why it's so shocking when I say I get the cards back. This deck has like 50 some cards in the traditional tarot, which this isn't the traditional images, but this has all the traditional cards is 78. So when you get a card more than once frequently, it is an anomaly. So air, and I've got this a couple of times, and I'll go ahead and read what it says here in case it's not clear on there. Work with the air element and you'll receive the wisdom, clarity, and direction you need. So the reason I was able to learn this card very quickly is because a lot of it is actually just instructions for meditation, and the card description itself talks about taking your time before making decisions and aligning yourself and knowing that you're fully aligned with the things that you want to do and what's best for you. Taking your time to make a decision so that when you finally make that decision, you can move forward much more quickly because you're completely 100% certain in how you want to move. I'm not necessarily going to go over meditation because I'm sure if people are interested, they can look that up on their own, but that is what the card is about. And so if that's an interest to you, if you feel like you're really indecisive about something at this time, know that meditation can help. It's a great way to figure out what exactly we need, what exactly we're looking for, and what may best help us based off of our own interest. Let's see. Should I do an oracle card? Should I do an oracle card maybe to like read? I just got the world card at the bottom of the deck. I love this version of the world card. It's basically just like all good fortune coming back to you. So let's see. Yeah, why not? Why not? We have been talking a lot about moving, people coming back. Let's do what exactly is coming back? What's something for the group? What's coming back? I kind of wanted to pop up. 9 of Swords. Sorry. I'm a little distracted here with the cards that are coming out. If there is something, I'm getting redo energy. That's the summary of it, and it's really interesting. So the 9 of Swords. So my question was, what is coming back? And I got the 9 of Swords. But the 9 of Swords is usually like, thoughts in the back of our mind that are keeping us up at night, stress, stuff like that. So I was kind of thinking about like what like negative thoughts are coming back, or like what does that mean? And then the High Priestess, which is the High Priestess, I only read upright. It's about all knowing, trusting your gut, and anything else. I think you're getting a challenge over again. So it's not only is something coming back an opportunity, but it may be disguised as friction. It may be disguised as an obstacle. So if I guess using the work example again, if you were trying to get a promotion and people got in your way and you're like, I don't even know if I want that anymore, you may get challenged with something else. Somebody else, you may give you a project or something that would have led to the promotion another time. Like you're getting another chance, a redo to do that again, and it may actually end up to a bigger opportunity. Like, yeah, before you were working towards a promotion, but now they're like, this makes it look like you can do this other work, and it may actually end up being like a completely different position that'll put you on a different path. And I'm also giving the 7 of Swords, so just keeping our eyes open to trickery, any like tomfoolery, anything else people try to get in our way. Because I'm seeing now it's like you have the tools from the experience before to kind of like move around this person. Like whoever was giving you grief, who was ever giving you, like you know now, you know how they move. And you also know what other things to look out for just from that experience by itself. So whatever they were trying to do, you've got their number. Like they can try to do it again, but like you're gonna see it coming this time. I think that's the energy of what is coming back. So it may look like a challenge, but it's actually the opportunity in disguise, or it's gonna send you in the right direction somehow. So interesting. Let me read a couple more cards for you guys, and then I will be off in a little bit. Let's see. What else does Spirit want you to know? I swear to God, I put it in the middle of the deck. Like, you're going to be successful if you take on this challenge. Like, do not be scared of this challenge coming in. If you are faced with it, you will defeat it because you know what you have to do. Like, Spirit is, like, really pushing you towards that. Like, believe in yourself. That's what you should take from this reading. Believe in yourself, everybody. We have Milk and Honey, 51. That has to be our last card. That has to be our last card. If 51, if you're 51, or if the number 6 means something to you, that is a sign. One moment while I flip through here. Milk and Honey, the taste of prosperity, opportunities born of authenticity, nurturing, abundance, trusting that your needs will be met. You've entered a sweet time in your life, enjoying the land of milk and honey that everyone wants to experience. It's an interlude that feels more languid than ambitious, when all your senses are awake to the unlimited possibilities in the universe. These times are precious and only come when you're in your authentic zone, wearing the world as a loose garment, not wanting yet able to be nourished in ways both tangible and subtle. Abundance is an energy that you are a living part of. All your needs and being met, you are given the gift of nourishment in every form. This does also align with the Empress card, okay? Being in your divine feminine, letting opportunities come to you. I'm also going to read the prosperity message. There is only one authentic you. This version of yourself is Spirit's emissary in the world. When you're in alignment with the truth that you are a unique expression of the divine, your ego can rest and your soul can illuminate your purpose. Now is the time that you're seeking your true north, okay? When you find this direction, you automatically step into prosperity, and the world brings you evidence of abundance. Miracles are a choice and a way of seeing the world. With every choice you make right now, you have the potential to seize good fortune and embrace your destiny. Opportunities will lead you to your best life. Now be open to them. You're getting a sweet taste of what you want. Absolutely has to be our last card. Amazing ending to this reading. I enjoyed this so much. I loved being with you guys and interacting. If this spoke to you, if it resonated, please follow, either like and subscribe over on YouTube. I have a channel there with some long form messages for you as well. Or here I have Zodiac shorts and messages I put out every single month, as long as, again, the long forms and other shorts on YouTube. And I will be live again. And I will see you next time in the Empress's Court.